I'm Dr. Van from Animal Oasis, and today I would like to help you better understand heartworm disease. Assistant Trinity will be helping by asking some questions about it, and I hope we're able to help you learn more about these signs, preventions, and treatments of heartworm disease. I'm very passionate about this.
Dr. Van, what is heartworm disease and how does it affect my dog?
Heartworm disease is basically what it sounds. They are worms that live in their heart. It affects your dog because worms should not be in the heart, because you want blood in your heart pumping. You don't want worms, basically blocking your heart and your arteries.
Okay. How would my dog catch heartworm?
It is done by an infected mosquito. So we have lots of mosquitoes here in Colorado, and so basically what happens is a mosquito injects the larvae when they bite, and then it goes through its whole transmission cycle. So it starts as baby heartworms, and then it moves into adult heartworms that literally look like long worms.
Okay. Can dog heartworms be prevented?
Yes, it can, with monthly prevention that you give yearly. One thing I really want to say during this video is that heartworm disease is prevalent here in Colorado. I think back even 10 years ago, it maybe wasn't, but since I've been here for almost a year, I have treated 5 dogs for heartworm. So I'm very passionate about the fact that it is here in Colorado. We need it year round because we have beautiful weather during the winter where it'll snow, and then the next day it's like 73 degrees. So mosquitoes love that kind of thing.
What are the signs in my dog that would indicate they may have heartworm?
So the biggest thing is they can, be positive on a test. So yearly testing is very, very important. But usually they can have lethargy, a persistent cough is one of the biggest complaints that we can see. Right-sided heart enlargement on x-ray that can be caught sometimes. Sometimes you can see weight loss, but not as common. Usually it's more of a cough, and then we test them, and then they're positive.
Okay. What are some middle to late stage symptoms of heartworm?
Unfortunately, it's a heart disease. So basically it can cause pulmonary hypertension, difficulty breathing, a heart murmur, collapsing, things like that. It can be quite scary.
Okay. What can be done to stabilize my dog's heartworm disease?
Well, one is doing certain tests to make sure that they are actually positive. So one, doing a screening test to see, okay, are they showing up positive for heartworm? Once we have confirmed that twice, then we move forward with a diagnostic test called microfilaria, which is basically looking for baby heartworms. And so from there, once we have confirmed that, we move forward with a pretty extensive treatment process. And so that requires really deep intramuscular injections into their back muscles that we have to do within a certain time frame. And they have to be extremely activity restricted, because when we give them this medication to kill the heartworms, basically what can happen is a heartworm can break off and then cause like an embolism. And so they have to be heavily restricted after treatment.
Okay. How soon should I bring in my dog to see a veterinarian for heartworm prevention?
So typically we recommend 6 to 12 months. So anytime before 6 months, if they have caught it, we usually tell people, it's unlikely, but if they're coming from a state where I know that they have heartworm disease, like Texas, the South, North Carolina, things like that, New Orleans, I'll usually, even if it's a puppy, I'll test it 6 months and then I'll retest it 12.
Okay. How will a veterinarian diagnose if my dog has heartworm?
Again, this is why we really, really recommend and why we require a heartworm test in order to provide prevention, because they can have a reaction if they are positive. And so really it's coming in annually and getting your dog's heartworm test done yearly. It's super, even if they've been on prevention. I myself am really bad. Sometimes I'm 2 days late on my heartworm prevention, but that's just me being honest. But it's really important that you test yearly.
Okay. Final question. Why is early detection and diagnosis of heartworm so important?
Because the longer that they have heartworm, the more disease it can do to their heart, and the more destruction, and the harder it is to treat, and things like that. So the earlier you can get in and get treatment done, the better, because ultimately we will kill those heartworms that are causing the issue.
Okay. Thank you so much for all that information today, Dr. Van.
You're welcome.